This is Bipolar State of Mind, discussing all things bipolar, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hello, good folks, and welcome to another episode of Bipolar State of Mind. I'm your host, Mystique McKenzie, and this is going to serve as part 2 of our story about Malidoma Some, regarding what he sees in a mental institution. I'm going to read another section of the article, and this is going to discuss what he did to one of the patients that he saw in the institution. I believe it was his friend, and how he helped him integrate those energies. To test his belief that the shamanic view of mental illness holds true in the Western world as well as in indigenous cultures, Dr. Some took a mental patient back to Africa with him to his village. I was prompted by my own curiosity to find out whether there is truth in the universality that mental illness could be connected with an alignment with a being from another world, says Dr. Some. Alex was an 18-year-old American who had suffered a psychotic break when he was 14. He had hallucinations, was suicidal, and went through cycles of dangerously severe depression. He was in a mental hospital and had been giving a lot of drugs, but nothing was helping. The parents had done everything unsuccessfully, says Dr. Some. They didn't know what else to do. With their permission, Dr. Some took their son to Africa. After 8 months there, Alex had become quite normal, Dr. Some reports. He was even able to participate with the healers in the business of healing, sitting with them all day and helping them, assisting them in what they were doing with their clients. He spent about 4 years in my village. Alex stayed by choice, not because he needed more healing. He felt much safer in the village than in America. To bring his energy and that of the being from the spiritual realm into alignment, Alex went through a shamanic ritual designed for that purpose, although it was slightly different from the one used with the Dagara people. He wasn't born in the village, so something else applied. But the result was similar, even though the ritual was not literally the same, explains Dr. Some. The fact that aligning the energy worked to heal Alex demonstrated to Dr. Some that the connection between other beings and mental illness is indeed universal. After that ritual, Alex began to share the messages that the spirit being had for this world. Unfortunately, the people he was talking to didn't speak English. Dr. Some was away at that point. The whole experience led, however, to Alex's going to college to study psychology. He returned to the United States after 4 years because he discovered that all the things that he needed to do had been done, and he could even move on with his life. The last that Dr. Some heard was that Alex was in graduate school in psychology at Harvard. No one had thought he would ever be able to complete undergraduate studies, much less an advanced degree. Dr. Some sums up what Alex's mental illness was all about. He was reaching out. It was an emergency call. His job and his purpose was to be a healer. He said no one was paying attention to that. After seeing how well the shamanic approach worked for Alex, Dr. Some concluded that spirit beings are just as much an issue in the West as in his community in Africa. Yet the question still remains. The answer to this problem must be found here instead of having to go all the way overseas to seek the answer. There has to be a way in which a little bit of attention beyond the pathology of this whole experience leads to the possibility of coming up with the proper ritual to help people. Now, that section was quite interesting because he took somebody he didn't know, so I have to correct myself. In the first episode, I said he took his friend, but this was a patient that he didn't know. The parents were just at their wits' end and didn't know what to do and said, you know what, take him. And, we don't have any other options. I'd like to see if I can find this guy and look him up. His name is Alex, and, he went to Harvard, so maybe he has a story out there on the internet. I'll Google it and see what I can find for you guys. But, I feel the story is so telling in that sometimes we don't have to always fix an issue. Sometimes an issue presents itself for us to fix ourselves. The lifestyles that we're living, are they truly conducive? Are they conducive to healing this earth? Are they conducive to healing yourself? Are they conducive to healing humanity as a whole? Or do we go about our lives just trying to figure out how we can be better than the next person, how we can seek more, do more, have more, want more, consume? Or are we really connecting with our spiritual selves? Are we connecting with our ancestors? Are we connecting with knowledge that has been passed down for the ages but seem to have met a dead end here in our society, the way we live today, especially in America? You know, I have come across this method called ecotherapy. It's very powerful, very powerful. For a long time, my spirit has been yelling to me, you've got to get out more. You need to be outside. You need windows. I mean, the white walls are killing me. The rugs are killing me. The stale air in these apartments, artificial light. Honestly, they say, being frustrated or being easily agitated is sometimes part of being bipolar. I'm very easily agitated. And I think it's because everything is so artificial around me. We live in these, what I call these glorified cages. Really, that's what they are. Human beings used to be out all day, working outside, building something, creating something. We don't do much of that anymore. Office jobs and whatnot. But I honestly feel ecotherapy, which is being studied and practiced here in the United States by a few psychiatrists, will be our ritual to merge the spiritual energy with that person that has been called to be a healer. I'm excited to share more about that with you guys. There are YouTube videos on ecotherapy, and basically it's getting outside, connecting with the land, connecting with the breeze, the water, the air. There's another section of this article that I'll be reading for the next episode, in which he tells us the spirits represent Mother Nature. The spirits represent old knowledge that we should have been taught growing up that we don't know, that completely have us lacking as fully functioning human beings, encompassing all of our brains, all of our, abilities to create and to communicate with each other on non-verbal levels. It's pretty powerful. Let's think about it. When was the last time you actually created something? We have a lot of friends that might be artistic and creative, but every human being on this planet was designed to create something, create a bond, create a new invention, create a new way of doing something, share with each other and not only consume. So I think people with mental issues are being just compelled by their spirit and spirits from other worlds to create healing, to create connection, to create more love and joy on this planet, because God knows we need it. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm signing out. Your host, Mystique McKenzie, and this was Bipolar State of Mind.